Hi, today's video is going to be all about treating sunburn with natural remedies. Now, when it comes to sunburn, the most important thing to focus on, of course, is with prevention, and using a really high quality natural sunscreen is the best way to go, and keeping yourself protected from the UV rays, keeping yourself protected out of the sun, especially when you are living in a very hot climate. It's really important to protect yourself from sunburn. But unfortunately, sunburn does happen, and if it does, don't worry, we have natural remedies today that we'll discuss that will be great for you to try. So for instant relief from sunburn, something that you can really try that will help a lot is dabbing a little bit of lemon juice or soaking a fennel in cold tea, and you can use whatever tea you have. Best if it is a herbal tea like chamomile or green tea. It's really good for the skin as well. So you can soak a fennel in cold tea and place it over the affected area. So this is for the instant relief. It's nothing for helping with sunburn in the long term, but for the kind of the sunburn that happens all over the body, and it's really irritating and it keeps you awake at night, you can actually try using bicarb of soda, and you can add that to a cool bath. So you can go ahead and use 2 tablespoons of bicarb soda to a cool bath and let your whole body soak in the bath, and it really helps to nourish the skin. It helps to serve as a remedy for sunburn. You could also try to mash the ripe avocado and then you smooth it over the sunburn as a mask to help provide that nourishing, that soothing effect for the burnt area. Buttermilk is also great for sunburn because it's really nourishing and it's also very moisturizing as well. So you can place a coat of buttermilk on the area that you suffer from sunburn, or you can simply grate up some potatoes. Potatoes are really important to apply on the sunburn area because they provide that relief, they provide that cooling effect and the nourishment that is needed for the area that's affected by sunburn. And it's really important to cool the area. So if you suffer from burning that keeps you awake all night through, then you can try to use cold peppermint tea as a mild wash to ease the stinging and the burning associated with sunburn. So brew yourself a cup of peppermint tea and then make sure to cover it as it's being infusing into the water. Make sure to cover it so then you can preserve as much of the goodness in that peppermint, and then after that just squeeze out the tea bag, use it cold, make sure to cool the peppermint tea and just use it as a rinse to help with the burning, with the stinging. Another thing you can also try, which is great, is Epsom salts. Epsom salts are amazing when it comes to providing relief, and you can add some Epsom salts to cold water, and you can simply use a clean cloth, dab it into the water Epsom salt mixture, soak it in there and put it on the affected area. It really helps to provide the nourishment and the moisture and the lovely soothing effects that Epsom salt is associated with. And don't forget that Epsom salt is really high in magnesium, so it will provide that relief and that from the mineral side, it would provide you with a relaxing effect because magnesium is very relaxing to the muscles, very relaxing to the nerves as well, and it will really help with sunburn. Another thing you can also use that has been successfully used by many people who have sunburn is something called milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia, when you use it on the area that's been affected by sunburn, it really helps when it comes to easing the stinging pain associated with it. And another thing that you can also use is a clay mask. Now you got to be careful with a clay mask, especially if you're suffering from dry sensitive skin to begin with, even before the sunburn has occurred, because it can actually dry the skin even more. So I'd be careful with that. If you have oily skin and you're comfortable with using clay masks, you've used clay mask, you can go ahead and try a little bit of bentonite clay on the affected area. But to be honest, the first thing that I would do when it comes to sunburn, as we talked about earlier in the video, is to really look for the instant relief part and then look for other ways. So for instant relief, I really recommend trying the cold tea method or the lemon juice method. Now if you have dry sensitive skin, avoid the lemon juice method because it's really lemon and citrusy fruit doesn't really work well with dry, sensitive, irritated skin. So it works mostly with people who have oily skin. Lemon juice is great for that, but people who have sensitive skin, I'd avoid lemon juice and I'd opt for the cold tea method. Place it on the affected area, soak it with a cloth, place it on the affected area, and really helps with instant relief. Then I would go ahead and use the grated potato method. It really helps. So we've come towards the end of our video.